We good?
Go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. As always, we want you to do a couple things for us before we get started. First, go to our Facebook page, like and share the Facebook page. Then, head on over to Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is
That Comes Natural Pod.
And then after you're done with all that, please go to iTunes, rate the podcast, review the podcast, and subscribe to the podcast. Cody, what's some motherfucking name?
Comes naturally, we are
Joe.
Mike.
I am Cody. Welcome to this week's episode. Everyone, if it sounds weird,
It's because it's a fucking Monday.
it's because this
You
is
guys
recorded
lied
on
to
a
me.
Monday.
You told me this was Wednesday.
Joe, you're dumb enough to believe it was Wednesday.
Yeah, you're like, what happened the last 2 days?
Where'd my Monday go? Anywho,
so
you're
this
still
is
hearing us on
weird.
Friday, so it doesn't fucking
It
matter.
doesn't affect you, but for
So
us,
if it does sound weird,
it's all fucked up.
we don't know why it
It's
sounds weird.
all fucked up.
It is all fucked up.
It's all fucked up. First off,
But it
let's
doesn't
talk
matter.
about the big news of the day. Thor.
Oh, that's not news.
I don't know.
It's not news.
I was gonna say ISIS, but
Oh,
they haven't popped up in the news in the last 4 hours. So
Well, Archer just start up again, but it's not. Like,
Oh, that's the fun ISIS.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, the fun ISIS. Because there's a slight difference in the two. Anyways, what Mike is actually talking
One's
about
a
is
cartoon.
this morning.
One's a terrorist group that beheads people.
This morning, as in Monday, the day we're recording.
Monday morning.
The 10th of April.
Monday,
Bright and early in the morning. Marvel gave us our first video look
Oh, thank you,
at
Marvel.
Thor Ragnarok, the third in the Thor movie trilogy so far. The Thord movie.
Thord.
You hear it? Thord movie.
I hate
Go
you.
watch Thord.
Thordy?
It is a
That's
teaser.
that singer from Sweden, right? No.
Doesn't matter. She sucks.
Oh.
So this is our first look. It is a teaser.
Yes.
Doesn't give
which
us a
means
whole plot.
bullshit.
Mike hates teasers.
Like,
He hates when you flick the tip and
just
don't finish.
Make a trailer, you punk bitch.
They did make a trailer. Just a teaser trailer. At least they didn't do a tease of a tease.
Right? Coming
You know?
soon, the teaser trailer for
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok.
This is the teaser for the teaser. Thor. All right.
Yay.
Anyway, so we got our first real look at Hulk
yeah.
as Gladiator Hulk, versus Gladiator Thor, who just looked like Thor. With
short
less hair,
Yeah, and
a
that,
different
like,
helmet.
gnarly red.
He had the red
Paint.
stripy stripes on his face, and he did not have a hammer. Why, you ask? Did he not have a hammer?
That fucking bitch broke it.
Because Hela crushed that shit. Who? Hela.
Explain that to the people.
Hela, according to the comic books,
Not from California.
not from California. Oh snap.
Ugh, gross.
You started
I
it.
hate you.
You started it. She is in the comic book. She's the daughter of the original or one of the first Lokis. And when I say that is, it's a giant named Loki who Tom Hiddleston's character Loki is actually named after. And when I say that, I'm gonna
Taj.
explain this to you.
Taj, listen
When I
up
say
real
that,
close.
He's not like they didn't name Loki's character after that. They named the person Loki after him in their real world. So he's named after that guy because he was, if you don't remember the first Thor movie, he wasn't born an Asgardian. He was kidnapped and made an Asgardian because he's actually from Jotunheim, which is a giant's realm. And there was a previously known Loki from the giant realm who had a baby. Her name was Hela, and she was put in charge of the underworld, or Hades, if you want to call it that, depending on your mythology, by Odin. And then because she was treacherous and not a good person, because no one who related to anybody named Loki is, she was then imprisoned. And this movie basically takes place as someone made a mistake, released her after eons of being stuck in exile, in hell no less. She's a bit mad, and she deems that because of the atrocities put upon her, she needs to destroy Asgard and a thing called Ragnarok. Does that make sense to everybody now? Why it's called Thor Ragnarok?
No, it makes total sense. Like, I get it. It just, from that explanation, because I never read any of the Thor Ragnarok comics.
Yep.
But I did literally just finish reading Neil
North
Gaiman's
mythology.
North mythology. And it's so weird how like it parallels that, obviously, like it's supposed to, but it's like slightly off, and it's kind of weird. Like the original Norse mythology, at least I'm assuming that Neil Gaiman just essentially told it word for word.
Just
Yeah,
Englishizing it.
is almost more interesting than that to me for some reason. And,
Yeah, so-
and I wonder why the creators didn't literally just take that.
So they took liberties and changed things for their own rights. So in the comic book and the cinematic universe, Loki is the adopted brother of Thor, who's the son of Odin. In the mythology, the real Norse mythology, Loki is actually the sort of brother to Odin and not to Thor. He's Thor's uncle in a way, but he's in the same realm. Same way as during a war, they took a prisoner, and that prisoner's name is Loki, and that is Loki. He's the asshole of the group, even though they're all total fucking dickbags.
Oh, seriously.
He is the Loki we know and love from the cinematic universe and from the comic books. He's the trickster, shapeshifter, blah blah blah. In Norse mythology, that's technically Odin's foster brother in a way.
Because he was still part giant.
He was part giant.
Yeah.
He could actually transform into giant.
Yeah.
Had giant children. Literally not like Dune.
Including Helena was actually one of his children.
Yes. So in the Norse mythology, her name is Hel, Hel, and she is in charge of the underworld, or Hell as they call it.
She was put in charge of
Yes.
it, though. She wasn't. It wasn't forced or anything.
Yeah. So she was put in charge of it to keep her kind of out of Asgard in a way.
Because she had like one dead half of her and one live half of her, which was really weird and fucked up.
Really creepy. Yeah. And she's also a bitch, just like everybody in this fucking in that.
She kind of was.
Thing. I mean, and right, so they gave her the shit end of the stick, but it's really either, if I'm not mistaken, it was die or be in charge of hell.
Yeah.
And it's not a force. It's like, this is the two things you have. You're too bad to be here with us. Plus, you creep us all out because you're
half
halfness.
dead.
You're bleh. And the fucked up part was like she's super hot.
On the one half,
the other half's like super dead and old and gross.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, I can't fuck half of it because the other half's still there and it keeps kind of looking at me with that eye.
The dead eye is looking at me.
Yeah. Keeps staring into my soul. Anyways, so in this, the change they made, I don't know how they're gonna do it in the movie, but in the comic book, she is the daughter of the OG Loki. This Loki has nothing to do with her other than the fact that he shares her father's name. So she, just like a lot of the giants, she doesn't look giant.
No.
She can manipulate her body to be giant if she needs to be, but her ability in the comic book realm is she has the headdress that you see, which is masterfully done, by the way. If you see the trailer, you see her wearing the garb, and she has this multi-horned looking helmet on her, or headsress. That's actually a weapon. It can be used as a weapon.
Well, yeah, if you just bent over and charged at somebody.
Yeah. It can be thrown, actually.
That too.
Parts of it.
It's got plenty.
But her main ability is the suit she wears. She can manifest weapons out of her body. So that sword you see her pull out, that's wicked.
Mm-hmm.
She actually just reaches into her leg, towards her leg, and pulls it out.
Interesting.
And it unfolds there and then on there. Also in the trailer, we see the Grand Master, which is his name, unfortunately called, who is played by Jeff Goldblum. We see Loki donning his battle garb.
Is he going good or bad in this one?
Rumors are he dies a hero, like literally dies a hero. Like this is his last. Because his contract is up with Thor Ragnarok. It's the end of his contract. They can extend it out, but there's no talk of it yet. That led to the rumors that he dies because Asgard's supposed to be mostly destroyed in this,
right?
And Ragnarok is in its place. So in the Norse mythology, Ragnarok is the end of days for the gods.
Right, and in that's why I'm asking, is that Loki is supposed to lead that, because
yes.
by the end of Norse mythology, as they explained it,
they fucked him over.
They fucked him over hugely.
Yep.
Granted, he's a giant asshole in this whole story.
Literally giant asshole.
But they keep him alive for so many thousands of years
in a cave.
And his wife is supposed to try and prevent venom from dropping on his face.
Yep. With a bowl.
With a bowl. So she collects all this stuff, this venom, as it drops onto his face. But when it gets full, she has to go dump it somewhere. And so it's like this internal hell where he can't be freed until Ragnarok happens.
Yep.
In which case he gathers up like the serpent. I forgot what the serpent's name was, and then there was the giant wolf and a couple of other ones. Then they lead the charge against Odin
and his forces.
Yeah, so that's why I wonder.
So in the comic book world, Ragnarok is a transformation after death. So they kill Asgard, and in its ashes, Ragnarok rises.
Okay,
and it's a new dawn for the new gods. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that's what it is. I could be wrong about some of that. Anyways, so she's not trying to destroy Asgard, as she's trying to kill Asgard to raise Ragnarok. And in that battle, Loki, rumors are, spoiler alert if this is true, Loki is supposed to die trying to stop her.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing where Thor is at, because Thor has been taken.
Mm-hmm.
He Loki again. So again, we're going by rumors because we don't fully know yet. Loki, as we know, is disguised as Odin right now.
Mm-hmm.
Odin can't be found. Loki, as Odin, tasks Thor to go to Hell to retrieve Loki's body because Loki's supposed to be dead, or Loki's soul because he's supposed to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
In doing so, he actually betrays Thor. Thor gets kidnapped, causing the breach, allowing Hela to be released. And then that's when she shows up, breaks Mimir, and all sorts of shit goes down. So you see him dangling on the chains. That's when he's captured. He breaks free, freeing Hela from her bonds, which I don't know if it's the chains or just the fact that he's in hell and he breaks loose and frees her. She then formulates a plan to basically cause Ragnarok, and he has to basically fight his way out of the Gladiator games where he meets up with Hulk. After, I don't even know how Loki gets there. I'm not too sure how that all plays out, again, because I don't know. And yeah, it's supposed to go from there.
So the Thor Ragnarok, and because that would essentially be Planet Hulk.
Planet Hulk, yep.
They actually have nothing to do with each other in the comic books.
No. Ragnarok in comic book world happened way before
Gotcha.
Planet Hulk ever happened. But it's just it's galactic, and it's just a nice way to tie it in.
Was Thor ever absent in the comic books? I'm just wondering why they took him out of the Ragnarok storyline, and if they did, how'd they do it in the comic books? Because obviously Planet Hulk didn't happen at the same time.
Yeah, so Thor was part of Planet Hulk and World War Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
He was in that. But what they're using in this is the reason he goes missing is because he goes to hell and then loses the hammer and then gets banished or whatever to the... I can't remember what they're what that place is called where they do the Gladiator games.
Mm-hmm.
He's absconded there. You see in this, he wakes up and you see like amongst trash and wrecked ships. It looks like wrecked ships to me, at least. And you see those people, and they basically hit him with the net gun that like electrocutes him, God style, down. And then you see him being dragged away. That is actually Valkyrie in the MCU. So that she looks drastically different. She's not tall and blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So that's Valkyrie in this, and she's one of the Grandmaster's main generals. And she apparently is supposed to turn good, I guess, after Thor and Hulk re-team up and take down the Grandmaster. So we'll see how it actually plays out, but that's some of the stuff that I've extrapolated from watching the trailer like 19 times this morning. And from what I know from the comic books and rumors and shit that I've read.
I wonder if they're going to explain how Hulk got there.
I'm sure they will at one point.
Yeah.
Because in early images, we do see Hulk, or we see Bruce Banner talking with Thor in the barracks or whatever you want to call them at the Gladiators. So obviously he's not full Hulk all the time as he eventually goes. Because in the comic books, when they rocket his ass into fucking space, the Hulk side becomes very sentient, and he can communicate with both halves. And so they make a deal to survive in the reaches a space,
The battlegrounds,
Hulk
yeah.
stays that, and so whenever anyone sees him outside his own barracks, he's Hulk, but he goes back to Bruce Banner at times when no one's around, so
Right.
because they don't know he's two people.
Yeah.
They just think he's the big green crazy monster.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The trailer had and I know we saw this morning, but I watched it literally minutes before you texted this morning, and I was like, God damn, this has such a Guardians of the Galaxy feel to it, even down to the titling as it would come in or go out, I should say.
80s.
Very 80s looking, and the song. And I was just like, man, this really feels like Guardians of the Galaxy, and sure enough, that's what the director was aiming for. And it was pretty funny, especially during the arena scene.
Yeah, so the director, whose name escapes me at this point, he's got a weird name, but he's the one that did that What We Do in the Shadows movie with the vampires. It came out a couple years ago. It was like a huge indie hit comedy or whatever.
Oh, there you go, indie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I don't know it.
But it was a big hit.
Mainstream Joe over here.
Yeah. Joe sees like 40 movies a year.
Yeah,
If that.
only 40.
Yeah, only literally it stops at
That's
40.
total.
Literally
That counts
40.
as like
If
the
he gets into the
rewatching
year and he's already hit
movies.
40, he skips whatever comes out.
I can't. I just
Well, wait
can't.
to January 1st.
Nope.
That's why he spaces out. That's why he skips a lot of things. So he calculates out. So he makes sure he sees Star Wars and whatever Marvel movies at the end of the year.
Yep.
Because he's not gonna miss those, and he's not gonna break his rules. So he's like, no, I have to work this Sunday.
Haha.
Like I can't go.
Would be hilarious to see you if I never go to any of the Star Wars movies, and I'm like, no, you can't talk about it around me.
We would not be friends.
Yeah, that'd be
You are no longer in
hilarious.
the group, and I'll text you everything.
Haha.
There, block that number, nut kid. And I'll fuck you up with spoilers. And I'll tell you, I'll do what I do to people who on Facebook. I'll just troll you with things that could be happening,
Oh, good.
and you would never know.
Yeah.
'Cause
3
I'm-
lies and a truth.
Or as I
I'll let
call
you decide.
3 lies, maybe a truth. We'll
And
see
then
what
4
happens.
truths.
4
One more
truths.
lie. And then the whole plot.
Yeah, that's what I do all the time, sometimes by accident. Other things in the trailer. Well, obviously the colors mirror that the Guardians' brightness and color palette. I think it's because they want to
space.
Yeah, they want to make that the space inside the MCU that bright opposite of, if you think about it, Star Wars, because Star Wars is very dark no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Coruscant's fucking dirty and
Unless
dingy.
you're on that beach island that got blown up.
Right?
Well, yeah, I mean that's why we don't get to see it very often because it got blowed up.
It's gone now.
But I mean, really, because if you go
Action or so. Later, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
blowed up, but
Nah, but for real, she was pretty cool.
was
Yeah.
as in was because that bitch dead. Spoiler alert from a year ago. Not really a year ago, but you know what I mean. If you haven't seen that yet, by the way, you're listening to the wrong podcast because we ruined it already for you. So I think they're trying to go for an aesthetic, just like all the Marvel movies have a certain, like the ones based on terra firma, have their own aesthetic. And when you look at the stuff that links Ant-Man and Doctor Strange together, which is that astral plane physics science stuff, like that mixture of those two things, they have that surreal geometry craziness to them. Because they want to link them so it's one big universe and it's all supposed to run into each other. By the way, if you didn't know that, Doctor Strange and Ant-Man are linked in that mythos because the way they're designing this is the astral plane is is a physical realm you can go to using magic, the same way science can get you to that physical realm in Ant-Man. That's why they look so similar, with the repeating of images, overlapping, integrating together, blah 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 stuff. So this being that's in space, because if you pay attention, if you watch the first 2 Thor movies, Asgard's very bright. It's
Right.
very. I mean, all their outfits are very
Right,
colorful,
clean,
Yep.
gold everywhere.
Yep.
It's to make it look very swanky.
Yep.
And,
So Guardians
nice.
has that same feel because they're also in space. Swanky. Mike hates Joe at a level that
So
no one
much.
can understand right now. But so you have that
Hey, you cunt. Take. Ugh.
Are those yours?
Those are mine.
Oh, even worse.
It makes it even
His
more
are in his
bad.
pocket too, and he's still doing it to yours. That's fantastic. If anyone who doesn't know,
Burn these with fire now.
Aw.
last week Joe pissed off Mike from putting his sunglasses on because of what Mike said about ruining his shirt, where Joe was holding his sunglasses. So just now, Joe did what they call a callback and took Mike's sunglasses that were sitting there unused and proceeded to put them
Unused
on.
because we are indoors.
Indoors, yes. So that's what just happened. So if you guys obviously can't see what just happened, I just explained to you.
Yep.
You're welcome. So the aesthetics and the look of it are supposed to not exactly mirror, but be similar to, and that's why the things like the Grandmaster has like all the gold. There's bright colors on everyone's face paints and clothing and things like that because, well, that's the MCU's
That's what space looks like.
to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easily seen if you watch the first Guardians when they go to Nowhere, which is the big giant space head.
Mm-hmm.
Even that has really bright colors. Like the pool that Drax went into is a bright yellow color. The mining stuff is bright colors in the rocks and stuff like that. So, well, I say rocks is decaying flesh of a space person. But yeah, so I thought it was. What we've seen so far, like Joe said, was extremely funny, which is cool because it starts off pretty dark. Because he's wrapped in chains in hell. He then faces Hela, throws his hammer at her. She catches it, smashes it, and then you're just like, well, this seems bad.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it'd be dope if we actually, once we see the trailer, like the full story trailer, I mean, see a little more about it. But
how close are we to it?
We probably won't see a full trailer till maybe July, around Comic-Con time.
Okay, so
because this will be in front of Guardians most likely, which is next month.
Yeah.
Speaking of trailers though, rumors are the 14th, which is Friday, we're supposed to get a teaser trailer for an actual teaser trailer, not like a tease for a teaser trailer for episode 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know why.
Let's do this.
I don't know why I got
super
flipped
aggressive.
off by Mike, but okay.
But, yeah.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see? We're gonna foreshadow.
Well,
episode
rumors
trailer.
already have that Carrie Fisher's going to be in it, and that she's not CGI'd.
No,
she
we're
was-
talking about 8.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
thinking
Yeah,
of
sorry.
9.
No, I'm thinking of 9. Yeah.
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 8.
8.
We get some action. It's gonna mirror the first teaser that one we got, where it was just a bunch of cool cut scenes, and then at the end you hear Chewie, we're home, and so that's like the only actual lines. It's gonna mirror that, but at the end it's gonna be Luke saying something for the first time. Yep.
Nope.
You're gonna hear Luke say something.
It's gonna be the reveal of Kylo's new outfit.
It's gonna look
Calling right
Vader-esque.
now. Very Vader-esque.
Is it gonna be Vader?
No.
Is it gonna be Vader's
Is
little
it
outfit?
No.
He's just gonna cosplay as Vader from
He's
now
gonna
on.
have a new mask. He won't need a rebreather just yet because it was just a leg wound and a fucking facial cut. But
What if that leg wound had a nasty infection and it fucked up his respiratory system somehow?
okay, Dr. Mike over there with anatomy
You
lessons.
never know.
That could happen.
Uh,
Blood infection.
speaking of the,
Skywalker talks.
well, he does. Yeah, we already know he
It's
talks.
gonna happen.
He starts off the movie talking. Because the first scene takes place right at the
Who
end
the
of
fuck
the
are
movie.
you? Right? Is his line?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Who the
amazing.
Which, by the
fuck are
way,
you?
that has been, we were talking about this already. That line that everyone says, "Who are you?" That wasn't actually directed at Rey, and it's not the beginning of the movie. Those rumors that we heard from the press, the press, not the press release, the stockholders meeting, those were incorrect. They got corrected by someone who was actually there and wanted to tell the truth and was able to tell the truth. So if you don't remember, we talked about it a little bit on the show before when it first happened in maybe February or January, whenever it happened. Stockholders meeting in Denver for all of stockholders for Disney. They were shown the very first footage from episode 8. It was rumored that the first thing you see is Luke turning to Rey when she presents his father's lightsaber back to him, he's supposed to say to her, "Who are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Who are you?" Because it's not rated R.
How great the Star Wars movies are gonna be when they start letting loose with the F-bombs.
Hey man,
amazing.
once America can fucking handle it,
Yeah.
because we're a bunch of pussies.
Bring it on, Luke.
The scene that you actually see it is the real detail is he's actually in what looks to be a cave and says it to somebody who's not Rey because Rey is seen standing behind him.
The fuck is going on?
Exactly. So
this is like later on. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe he's got amnesia and he's saying it to Chewie. It's like, who the fuck are you, big hairy bitch?
I doubt it.
No.
He's just walking around. Who the fuck are
Who the
you?
fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Where the fuck's Han?
Maybe he knows where Han's at.
He's
Oh.
dead.
He got exploded inside the core of a
Well, he got
planet.
stabbed
Death Star.
first, yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Don't see a dead body. It's not a real death.
Right?
Movie rules 101.
Yep, it's true.
We saw the dead body though.
No,
you
saw
saw
a
him fall,
falling,
but you didn't see him
possibly
die.
lifeless
Anyways,
body.
I
speaking
would
of Han
say
Solo,
same thing about Darth Maul. Obviously, he's still alive.
no, he's dead now.
Spider legs.
He was.
Han's gonna have spider legs.
Spider legs on.
Spider gut, you mean? Because that was
Nope.
just a stab.
Nope. No, they're gonna be like,
We
hey,
can't
that
save
Maul
the rest
dude
of
had
them.
spider legs. Let's
Get
give
him
Han
spider
spider
legs.
legs.
Anyways, speaking of Han Solo,
Chewie uses it as a back scratcher. His metal spider legs.
no, we're done with that. Yeah, it's disturbing. But speaking of Han Solo, so there's big rumor.
Oh, give it.
So
Come on, spill the beans, motherfucker.
We are knee deep in Star Wars, as we all know. We're 2 movies into
We're
the
always
plans.
knee deep
Fucking,
in Star Wars.
Yeah, especially
Cody's been knee deep in Star Wars since day one, son.
here. It's true.
actually.
Before I was born.
Sometimes he gets balls deep, sometimes neck deep, but always knee deep.
Yep.
Always knee deep. So a rumor just came out that the Han Solo movie, as it's being called right now,
Han
is Han
Solo
Solo, a
squared.
Star Wars tale or Star Wars story is what it's being touted as right now. Even though we don't have a full title for it. It is revealed that Han Solo has a real name that is not Solo.
What?
So the rumor is the reason Kylo Ren is called Kylo Ren
Is Han Ren?
is his name is Han Ren. But when he becomes a smuggler and an outlaw, he changes his name, much like outlaws and smugglers do in the real world. A la Billy the Kid. His name wasn't Billy the Kid.
He thinks Young Guns was real. What an idiot. Yeah. Don't throw shit at me. Oh, fucking got me.
It sounded like a hit too.
Oh, right in
I'm
the
sorry.
meaty
I
part.
meant to hit Joe.
That's solid.
My aim's terrible. I'm sitting at an angle. Even though I'm facing mostly Joe. They can't see that. So the rumors are the reason Kylo Ren is called Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren is because his last name is Ren and he doesn't want to go by Solo because he hates his father.
All right.
So
But,
this
like-
came about because Bob Iger, I think his name is, the guy who runs Disney right now, made an offhanded comment that you will... I mean, that's not really offhanded comment. It is a direct comment that he said that in this movie you'll learn more of the origin of Han Solo, including his real name. So that got the internet machines roaring, thinking, hey, what could his real name be? Now, my only problem with this is their theory defeats their own theory. And this is why. Why the fuck would Kylo, or Ben Solo, go by his father's real name if he hates his father?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I was wondering the same thing when you said that.
So, if he hates Han so bad, why would he go by Han's real name?
Yeah.
He wouldn't go by Solo. He would go by Ren, unless there's 2 things. Unless he truly doesn't hate his father and it's all a ploy to get closer to Snook, which is another rumor that Kylo is actually a double agent, and that's why he didn't kill Finn, and that's why he refused to kill Rey, even though he killed Han. but that's all a ploy to get closer.
Han's not dead.
Yep.
Han's not dead.
Han's not dead. Han's not. Oh, yeah, we can go in. The other thing would be that he wants to disgrace Han's real name by dragging it through the mud and becoming a horrible, terrible person who kills people.
Still doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
Just because even within the universe itself, everybody knows Han Solo.
Yes.
No one knows Han Ren.
Yes.
So you can't drag a name through the mud if nobody knows what the fuck it is. You just go by Kylo or Ben, Solo. Then, if you really want to drag a name through the mud,
Or you would have just gone by Ben Organa. Like,
yeah, that too. Yeah,
to really piss your dad off.
yeah.
My mom didn't take your last name, even though at one point she did, and then
gave it back. Give it right back.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm
well,
a
I'm
princess.
not
I'm
going
a
by
general
Leia Solo
now,
anymore.
bitch.
Yeah.
Plus, people, I'm really famous by Organa. Don't you assume me taking my real last name?
Like celebrities do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hyphenate Organa Solo, or hyphenate all three ways. Skywalker Organa Solo.
That's
a
true.
really long name.
Yeah.
It's not from the South. Well, actually, we don't actually know where she's from. Because displacement.
I mean,
we know
technically she was born on
half Naboo.
Yeah.
She was born on a spaceship.
Yeah.
So I mean,
born
actually,
on a spaceship
space station, right?
No, she was
Oh
born
no,
on.
it was on Coruscant, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't on Coruscant because they went to the molten planet.
No, they left there because they weren't on there when she had birth.
Okay, then she
They
was in
already left.
transit. I don't think she
Yeah.
was actually on.
I think she was on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's the rumor for the big rumor that just came out for the Han Solo
It's
movie.
fake news. Bullshit.
That's why you said rumor.
Bullshit.
Don't ever say fake news. to me.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. I'll take. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think it's.
I
a
don't
stretch.
buy it.
But I mean, the real rumor or the real news is that Bob Iger said we learned Han Solo's real name. Han is most likely his real first name, so we'll find out what his real last name is.
Gruber.
No, because it's not.
Die Hard.
No, no.
Die Hard exists in the Star Wars universe.
That means Disney owns Die Hard too, which they don't.
Which they don't.
AT&T does. Because they own Fox.
So weird.
Right.
So, I think that's
I can't think of any other
almost everything.
movies news.
Movie snooze?
Movies news.
I'm gonna watch Blade Runner tomorrow morning.
He's finally actually.
I
We
took
promised
it-
it last week. He said he was gonna watch it,
but I didn't.
but we recorded
take
it early, and he forgot to bring it home
Yeah.
last week.
So it's in my hands now. I got
Literally in
17
his hand.
discs. In this fucking weird
You
collector's
have
edition,
5 discs.
which would equal 17 VHS tapes, possibly more.
Possibly more.
Jurassic World, I think.
So it's the director's cut plus the regular or the director's plus theatrical.
He said I
in
should
this
watch the
collection.
director's cut. And
Yeah,
I was
final
thinking
cut.
I should watch.
The final cut is the director's cut.
I was thinking I should have watched theatrical.
No, because a lot of people had problems with the theatrical for
It's
not making sense.
Yeah, it's cut up terribly because they cut out time,
Yeah.
and the way
It's
they
like-
did it is they cut out sections.
It's like Superman 2.
Yeah,
He had the
Yeah.
Dick Donner collection.
yeah,
and
like
the
which
other
where
shitty
the
one.
story actually becomes like
Coherent.
cohesive and everything like that. Yeah, so I would watch the final cut. That's
Dickie
why
D. That's what I call Dick Donner when I see him on the
Do
street.
you?
Yeah.
Do you though?
Yo, Dickie D. What
I'm almost positive. You've
what
never
happened
seen
to
him on the
that
street.
Superman 3, dog?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck you, Mike." I was like,
Oh, he knows my name.
That's probably not good if he's saying that to you. So yeah, watch the final cut because it's the definitive way of watching it. It's pretty.
Now,
dope.
is Ryan Gosling in this one?
No, he's not.
No, right?
What about Jared Leto?
No,
No.
he's not.
This is leading
Daryl
up to that.
Hannah.
Yes.
Ah,
Got one. Rutger Hauer, Blind Fury himself.
she was pretty smoking hot back in the
She's
day.
super smoking hot in that too.
Mhm.
She plays a robot in this one, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's gonna ruin it for
Let
me.
me see. Let me see real quick.
I'd rather it be a fucking mermaid. You know what I'm saying?
She's
Okay,
Yeah, see
yeah.
Splash?
No, I have.
Yeah, see
but, wow,
Splash? This is Daryl Hannah, please.
She on one of these
Such a
discs?
throwback.
I tried to watch Splash the
Yep.
other day.
And
It didn't work for some reason. Oh, weird.
That's her. So whenever you see Mike, because Mike's never seen this, there's a lot of things he may not recognize. So if you see a platinum blonde with a black eyeliner bar across her face, that's from Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So you know. And if you also don't know, Fifth Element pays homage to that with her cropped hair and the outfit she wears. That is a direct homage to Blade Runner. If you guys don't know that already.
What year did this come out originally?
87.
And it was set in 2017.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's why they want to release 2049 this year. Because of that. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I did the math. I'm like, Harrison Ford's super
Is there
fucking
any
old.
future
That actually
movies
reminds
that
me,
meld the future?
One of the, I saw the article this morning. One of the androids in it had his inception day was April 10th, 2017.
Yeah.
That's today.
It's I believe
yeah.
it's Rutger
Happy
Hauer's.
birthday.
It's either Rutger Hauer's Inception Day
Does
or
he
it's
have-
the one that he goes after the beginning. I
Does
can't
he
remember.
have white robot blood like in Aliens?
No, so these ones
Robots supposed to have milk blood.
no, those are Weyland and Tani androids.
These
These are made by a different corporation.
Yep.
Oh, can't have just universal milk blood for robots.
No,
This is
it's
bullshit.
Probably patented. I mean, Weyland and Tani patented all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
They technically, if we allow the Predator versus Alien movies to exist in this,
Get
which
out
I don't
of
know
my
if they
house.
do. Hold on, this is
Get
my
the
house.
fuck out of my
Technically, they own Predator technology on Earth, and they own the DNA that makes up the xenomorphs, because they were both found in Predator versus Alien and captured and taken.
Have you ever read the book this is based on?
Yes, I have. So androids,
Sheep, Dream of Sheep.
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Androids can't have dreams though.
It's
It's
drastically different.
drastically different.
What is it good though?
It's good.
It's good. It's
just so weird.
yeah. Like, don't expect to watch this and read that and be like, oh,
And have it
because-
like explain more, because you'll be sitting there going, why is this guy so worried about trying to get a real pet animal?
Oh. Okay.
And then has to settle for a android sheep?
Yep,
Was it?
android
Yeah.
sheep, yeah.
Why would you want a sheep as a pet in the first place?
Because
Couldn't get
in
android dogs?
this future, like, the Earth is so devastated that they can only it's very much like Judge Dredd. They can only live in like large cities, and so livestock is almost doesn't exist.
There's only farm raised,
There's only
and they're not really full blown
Yeah.
animals. They're like
They're
they're
like
basically what
it's
people
lab
think
meat.
that. Yeah, basically think like KFC grows like 20 leg chickens and stuff. Same thing, but except for they
That's a
don't
real
walk
thing,
around. They're
yeah.
just like
yeah.
there.
So people, for a status symbol, own actual pets, animals, not just like dogs or anything. They do horses, they do sheep,
But- and
bulls, stuff
Don't
like
say
that.
do. They own those creatures.
Well, yes, they own those creatures, but it's a status symbol.
In this world, they probably
So-
fuck them too.
Each high-rise building,
Yeah, I can't remember what they
that
call
the
them. They're not
people- yeah, I
mega
can't remember.
structures, but they have set
but
names.
that people live in, have like these balconies that have these different cages, and they're meant for people to store their pets in. And most people have real animals, but the people who can't afford real animals buy these synthetic animals that are supposed to look exactly like and act exactly like the real ones. And nobody's supposed to really know about it because it's a status symbol. Owning a real animal is very important to this culture. And so Deckard in this had always wanted to own a sheep. And so at one point he comes across a place that will sell him a fake sheep. And so he buys it up
All right.
with some extra money that he had gotten from hunting down one of the robots.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
That seems weird.
Oh, it's super weird. Yeah. That whole aspect of that culture is super weird. And then even in other parts of the book where he comes across a police precinct that is all androids posing as humans. It was super fucking weird because I know I watched the movie before this and none of that was in there. In fact, the movie seemed to be about... It was more laser focused on just hunting down those few androids, where in the book it's about that, but he seems to do that a lot easier than he does in the movie. And then
In the movie, they emphasize on the blurring the lines between androids posing, like thinking and posing and acting like regular humans or real humans, versus the book where society has accepted androids in a way, but you can tell an android from an android, like from a human, and then there's those few replicants that they're replicants. They're made to look and act like humans.
Yeah, and whereas the movie seems to, like you said, tout more you get to the end and you're like, is Deckard really an android or not? That happens in the book, but it's like such a small part of the book where he questions himself, and then it's just suddenly like, nope, I'm human, and then just continues on with the rest of the book, and it's like, oh, okay, fine, I guess that's what we're doing. And then there's this other whole weird thing with his wife in the book that she's addicted to some sort of what the fuck was it? They explained it in the book, and like it was so weird. It was one of those like things you jack into.
Yeah, it's like it basically overrides your
pleasure zones, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like giving you constant pleasure, and his wife is like addicted to it. So she spends most of her day doing that, and he's just.
If you didn't know, the movie Surrogates is based on a comic book called Surrogates, and guess where they got their idea for that from? If you guessed,
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, but technically.
Do androids dream of electric sheep? I say Blade Runner because it's a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's where they got it from. The difference is in Surrogates, they get exterior bodies to go through, so they can get pleasure that way.
Yeah, and they can do what they
this
want.
floods your brain with the.
Oh, that's what it was too. He kept
fakities.
seeing an old man that was trying to talk to him.
Yep.
Yeah, and tell him like where to go, and by the end of the book, he ends up on the outside of the city where he sees a quote unquote frog that he thinks is real.
Yep.
Spoiler. Sorry, it's not.
Yeah.
Not real.
But then the book kind of ends there, and it's like.
Yeah, Phil K. Dick
Okay.
has those tendencies to leave his shit unfinished.
Yeah.
Man in the High Castle.
I can understand that because I wouldn't be able to write a book like that.
Just
Those
give me a
people were
fucking
fucked
ending.
up.
The book didn't even have a close to an ending.
No, it didn't because
They're
he
like-
intended to have it a sequel.
Yeah, direct fucking like, hey,
But-
I'm gonna tell you more stuff sequel.
He didn't want to be within that world because it's a fucked up world.
Which I don't blame him. It's pretty terrifying.
Absolutely. But hopefully we'll get a proper ending when the show comes back on
For season 3,
season 2.
season 2's already out.
Is it already out?
Yes,
What?
sir.
I missed it.
You are
You
behind.
didn't even miss it. It's still there.
I know, but I didn't realize it came out already.
Yeah. They already
I
greenlit
actually
season
totally
3.
forgot about it because
Greenlit season 3.
I'm never on Amazon Prime
Video.
Video.
Yeah,
It's not bad. It's just literally you can't find anything.
it's terrible to find
unless
stuff in
you
there.
can find it on the front page. Like when you go into any app or anything, like I was gonna say hop onto it on my Apple TV, but they don't have it on your
Nope,
Apple
which
TV.
is horse shit.
Still horseshit.
Horse shit. It's on the Xbox though.
Literally, if it's not on the front page, you might as well not even search for it because it's not going to be available on Amazon Prime Video. You can buy it on Amazon Prime most likely,
Yes.
and it'll be on your Prime account, but it's not included with your subscription. So, yeah. So that's why I'm never really on it. But I will check it out because The Expanse should be winding down in their season. I don't even know how many episodes there are.
Ends in 2 weeks?
2 weeks? Yeah.
I think it's 2 weeks. I could probably look it up. I have
They're getting
two
pretty
machines.
close to their season finale, which
I'm
is gonna fucking
2
suck.
episodes behind
Oh
because
my
I hate watching only 40 something minutes of it and then having to wait. So I've been trying to and Magicians. I'm trying to like get enough to binge watch because Netflix, any internet streaming services completely fucking ruined me for watching
totally.
TV again because I want to just
Because you can, with those services, you can just sit there and watch. Oh man, that was awesome! What's gonna fucking happen next?
Yep.
And watch and watch and watch.
yeah.
Where the fucking, watching it on TV,
Week by
especially
week,
with the
horse
Expanse,
shit.
they're like building up to stuff, and their things are hitting, and you're just like, what the hell is happening next? And then suddenly credits roll, and you rage at your fucking TV because
Have you
want to
noticed-
know. Like I've read the books, but god damn.
Yeah. So have you noticed, and maybe it's just me that thinks this, not off topic, so don't think I'm going like did one of my segues. When it comes to binge watchable shows, I feel there's less spoilers that happen than in regular week by week television.
You mean
Yeah.
like outside or inside of the show?
No, outside the show, like on social media and through friends. I think is because with binge watchable shows, you can watch it on your own schedule. Like I obviously, anybody's listening to this and my real friends in the real world know that I watch way too much binge watchable TV. Like I watch a lot of Netflix. I watch a lot of that shit. Like I finished the Snatch TV show. I just started 13 Reasons Why. I destroyed Stranger Things. I mean, all the major Netflix ones, like the OA, like all those other ones, I'll just watch, and I have no one to talk to about a lot of them because majority of people haven't watched all of it.
Right.
So I tend to not be able to talk about it, which means I don't spoil it for anybody. But with regular network television, like weekly based ones, I will just spout out assuming that people have seen that episode and
Because
just say
it's
shit.
Only one time really
Yep.
to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause it feels more like people watch it that week, like sometime within that week.
Yeah.
So like Game of Thrones, for example, Tuesday night we're at Wings. We talk about Game of Thrones because most of us have watched it within those 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't watch it on Sunday, you watch it on Monday.
I would, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't have the HBO app
Yeah.
anymore.
Sick burn. It's not like you can buy it yourself.
And let me have
That's
it
not
for a
how
while.
HBO works. Everybody knows that.
Uh,
You get your password from a friend.
I
that
got about a
friend
year
gets
in on it. Maybe you can hook it up with a year. I'm just saying.
No,
He
no,
did
that's
give
not
you
how HBO works.
his WWE network.
Technically, he didn't. So
I just put it out there. Whoever wants it can have it. As long as it doesn't kick me off of it.
technically, Mike has never changed his password for anything. So I'd guessed.
All my streaming services are the same ones.
So I was like, everybody's watching this right now, so I'm gonna watch this. I just really wanted to watch it that once, and I wasn't gonna open the app again.
Anyway, what I was talking about, not to distract us with Joe's not wanting to pay for his own goddamn services. I mean, he doesn't even own Netflix. He doesn't own Netflix for
No,
himself.
because one person actually pays for it, and then everyone that person knows gets the password for it. That's how it works. That's how these streaming
But you
services
don't
work.
own any. Well, technically, you own
My
Amazon
brother-
Prime.
Well,
So
see,
you get
and
it
I
with
had
him.
his Prime for a while, but it kicked me off and won't let me back on.
Really?
Yeah,
That's weird.
kicked me off like after a month.
Oh, you know why? I think I did the
whole password
switcheroo thing to not a
Dude.
password switch, but to get my books from another country.
Oh,
So it
you
may
trying to
have
cheat
kicked
the
you.
system?
Which, by the way, I think I figured out why that doesn't work anymore because I tried it again with the
figured us
Expanse. No,
They're on to you
because
sneaky little goblins.
I think they integrated Audible because I can still get the book. I
Yeah.
couldn't get the Audible book
Yeah.
because my Audible account is US.
Mm.
So, it worked the first time that I tried it, but every time after that, I've only been able to get the book. But I'm pretty sure that's because my Audible account is US, and they've integrated it more, so I can't get the Whisper Sync,
Fuckers.
right? Because fucking I can get Whisper Sync Expanse, the book 7, is it now 6? 6 over in Europe,
We're not
but
here.
not here in the US.
Yep. Which is fucking horse shit.
Makes no sense at all. I'm willing to give you money. Just give me access to it.
Yeah, it's fucking madness. It's the same reason Wizard and Glass had to buy the audiobook for that too. I mean, I bought the audiobook for Babylon's Ashes, and I ended up buying it for
Which still doesn't make
this.
sense because I can understand like a book just coming out,
Yeah, but
The
that just
Expanse-
came in December.
The Expanse, and they don't roll out the Whisper Sync for a couple months. But literally, Wizard and the Glass has been out since 2002, 2005, something like that.
5 or 6,
And every book before that and after that
except for 7.
has
So 5 and 6
Whisper
have
Sync.
it. 7,
Yeah.
4 don't.
Why the fuck in the middle? It's not like they changed publishers or anything.
So
I don't know.
yeah, it drives me insane. But whatever. I mean, I get them, and whatever. I mean, it comes out to almost exact same price. The difference is I can't use my Kindle to read it when I'm at home and not wanting to listen to it.
Right.
Oh well, just audio apparently. Go fuck yourselves. But if I did have a Kindle Fire. I could listen to it through the Kindle,
Yeah, but it's not the same.
but I'm not gonna buy a Kindle Fire because those are garbage fucking tablets.
Well, plus it's just not the same. You're
No,
not
not at
getting
all.
the same performance. That's
No.
the reason. One of the reasons to buy an audiobook is to get that performance.
Yeah, it's true. I
Behind
think that's
it.
pretty good. Hey,
Fucking
actually,
Will Wheaton is amazing.
Will Wheaton's fantastic, especially in red shirts.
Yeah. Oh my god, hilarious.
Speaking of that, and I hate the fact that you didn't get the audio version of Babylon's Ashes, because it's the same fucking dude again that did all the first 5.
And he's fantastic.
He's fantastic, except for there's one thing that still bothers me. He keeps changing the way from every book that one word is said.
Oh my god, is he Game of Thronesing us?
Yes.
Okay.
So gimbal. So we know what a gimbal is, right?
Yeah,
A
of
gimbal
course
is on
I
the
know what
crash
gimbal is.
couch, right? It's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you have anything that's bolted down to another object,
And you want it to turn
And
and,
it-
twist and stuff.
yep,
put
you
on
want
a
it to
gimbal.
shift, it's on a gimbal. Babylon's Ashes calls it a gimbal.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. So remember how he changed the way they said Rossazante from book 3 to 4? Or it was either 2 to 3 or 3 to 4.
Vaguely.
In the fact that like they used to call it the Rossi, now they call it the Rossi.
Yeah, that is.
Did it fucking and he kept fucking saying it all the way through the book, and I was like,
It's
I will
infuriating.
fucking murder you.
And it's confusing.
5 books, 5 different books, every single book, multiple mentions of the word gimbal,
Yeah.
which in the real world is a fucking term.
Yes.
It wasn't made up for The Expanse.
No.
It's not a made up word he was fucked up for 5 books in a row. And they finally said, yo, guys, it's called the gimbal.
It's actually pronounced Patire.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been pronouncing it Peter this whole time. Or no,
Yeah.
he was. This is for the Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones,
audiobook.
they would call him Peter. Then eventually they're like, hey, it's actually
Patire.
Patire. And he's like,
And then
oh.
suddenly in the next book, you're like Patire, and you're like, oh,
Who the
wait,
fuck
what?
is Patire? And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, Littlefinger. I'm like,
What? His name is Peter.
Motherfucker, Peter. And you look at it, it's actually Patire, but I'm used to saying it called Peter. But yeah, oh my god, dude, I wanted to reach through my stereo and strangle him so badly. I was like, dude, 5 books down, said it one way. 6th book, you finally change it.
I will say, but I will say with red shirts doing the audible version of it, it's really fucking confusing because the main character and the main, I would say the secondary but main character girl have almost exactly similar names.
Yes.
So when the book first started, I was like, who the fuck is talking? Because it would
Yeah.
literally go, and Dahl said, and then, what's her name?
I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember, but like almost the
they're
same.
Very similar, yeah.
And the way it was written, it was literally just he said, she said, he said, she said, he said,
And it
she
would always
said.
say,
and-
like, Dahl said this, she said that, and
Yeah.
it'd be her name, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, what? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Who's
then
who?
you eventually get used to how each of them talk, and you realize
Well,
who's
because
who.
they space things out a little bit
Yeah.
more. You know, not
It's more
have him,
conversational.
not have him with her all the time.
Yeah.
And so I understand. Okay, Dahl is the dude, and then it's like, dude, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, the beginning of that book is like just short little
like
bits.
boo,
and
boo, 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 boo.
You're
Yeah,
like, oh, fucking Christ.
Yeah.
That book's fantastic.
book is fucking hilarious.
We're talking about Red Shirts, by the way. Red audiobook by Will Wheaton, but the book is written by John
Leguizamo.
No.
No,
Love it.
Something starts
Jesus
with an
Christ.
S.
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
No,
What's his name? And nine
Scalzi.
Scalzi.
God damn it! Mike kept saying something different.
It kept confusing you. Mike's
I'm like, I have
funniness
it. I'm
breaks
almost
your brain.
there.
The book is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
There's another one that Will Wheaton reads for him.
I think we'll read.
There's a few of them.
all of them.
No, not all of them. There's a few of them.
Oh, okay.
But there's one I really want to read. It's called Locked In. I think that's what it's called. It's about a real life disease, and this it's a little more futuristic, but it's a disease where you get a blood infection that basically stops your motor functions from working, so your brain still functions, but you're essentially in a coma. So you can experience everything. You can see, you can hear, you have thoughts and all that stuff, but you're literally locked in your body. In this, it happens to people, and then they get a surrogate body. So surrogates again, brought around to, Bruce Willis. And then there's the first ever surrogate murder, with someone gets murdered through it, whatever. So it seems pretty interesting. He reads that one too, so I want to Eventually, once
Way
I,
to go, people.
Yep.
Get something
Eventually I
new
will.
and you start killing people
It's
with
true.
it.
So once I finish all the Dark Tower books, I will.
Yeah,
be-
good luck with that.
I only
You
have to
should
read
start them.
6 of them because the one is a prequel. We won't have to do anything with it.
You should start them.
The fuck
Yeah.
do you know?
Yeah.
I can't. I was gonna pick that up the other day, but I was like, I can't
Just do a
commit to
little
this.
at a time.
No, I can't commit to that
No,
much
you do
stuff.
it. You one a
daunting.
year. One a year.
I don't even. I won't even
1
watch
year.
fucking Walking Dead anymore because I've only seen the first season and I feel like, that's too much now. It's too much now. I'm not
Same
gonna
with
watch
Game of
it.
Thrones.
Yeah,
Pussy.
too much to watch. Not gonna watch it.
It's because you're a
Don't give a fuck about
jackass.
dragons.
You had a chance to jump in with Game of Thrones.
I watched the whole first season.
Yeah. And then you just had to watch one more season. I think you were caught up at the time.
No, I was
He
3
was 3 behind.
behind at the Tizarm.
Which is only 30 episodes in 30 hours.
Yeah.
You know what else I could do for 30 hours?
Nothing.
Crank
Watch
my
Parks and
for
Rec.
30
Yeah.
30 hours.
Parks and Recs.
I
or
can't.
Westworld.
I have a hard time watching like heavy like dramas and stuff like that. Like they're emotionally exhausting. I don't like them.
Game of
I
Thrones.
mean, I
wouldn't
like
call
them,
it-
but they're emotionally exhausting.
I wouldn't call
feel.
Game of Thrones a heavy drama.
That's why I won't watch Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad's amazing.
Breaking Bad is amazing, but I do see Mike's point.
Oh
of
yeah, I
Breaking
don't
Bad.
care. I'll warn you though. 13 Reasons Why. Very, very fucking heavy.
Yeah, but that's 13 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So
Of an hour
like,
each.
that's
That's
That
13
seems
episodes if you
doable.
start now.
Wait
If
a
you
year.
wait,
No, the way I think this is working at 13 episodes is it. Because each episode's a tape. Well, actually, a side of a tape.
oh okay.
So
So this isn't going to be an ongoing series.
no. It's based on a book, and you can't really make a sequel to it because the story ends itself the way it's supposed to.
Lies. You can make a sequel to anything.
It's
Yeah.
true.
didn't see a dead body. Not really dead.
What was
No.
it in the
You know what I'm
beginning?
saying?
It's 13
13 Reasons Why.
Reasons why 2.
14 reasons.
Boom.
T-O-O? T-O-O? Okay,
Yep.
making sure.
No, it's
Yep.
13 reasons why. 2.
2.
14 reasons is the whole
The
title.
14th reason. The 14th reason.
13 Reasons Why Harder.
Oh,
Gross.
reasons harder.
That sounds worse when you
13
know about
reasons
it.
with a vengeance.
Well, because like Netflix has that right number with like the 13.
Reasons strike back.
I'll hit you in the face. I will pull your sandal off and hit you in the face with it.
Live Free or 13 Reasons.
Boo. We don't talk about those ones.
That was awful.
That was terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am actually
good day
ashamed
to
of
have
myself for that
13
one.
reasons. I don't like myself either.
You shouldn't.
I don't.
Terrible. Yeah, no. And that goes right to my whole binge watching thing. Is like a friend from work watched the OA and said, "Hey, I want to talk to someone about this. You should watch it." And I was like, "Well, it seemed interesting, so I'll watch it."
You say go fuck yourself.
And I
got my own
powered
shit
through
going.
it. Like I just binged the shit out of it, and we've been talking about it. And then that's actually getting a second season. This I don't know so far how the book ends or the show ends, because it starts off with her dead. But
Shocker, she's alive.
well, she could be, like I was telling Mike. If she is, she has put her parents through the fucking ringer, because they are fucking miserable right now.
Gone Girl 2. Gone Harder.
Yeah, like super harder, like super harder. But yeah, so I mean, it's a fantastic show, but it is fucking heavy and
Yeah.
dark. But yeah, it's pretty good. Manu Bennett's set to return as Deathstroke and Arrow.
Fuck yeah, he is.
Boom, boom.
Fuck yeah. That's also some shows that I'm way the fuck behind on now.
I
too.
am as well.
I don't even know what season I'm on Arrow.
I
And I
never
think I'm
finished the
only
first
one
season.
season behind on Flash.
I never finished the first season of Arrow.
I believe the first season of Arrow is one of the best ones they did, because it was just fucking violent as shit.
Yeah.
He murdered people
No, murder people
for justice,
hard.
He seriously does.
Justice, murder.
though. Yeah, I think that's all I got.
All right, let's wrap this up. We'll keep it tight this week. Apologize about the
Nope, we don't apologize for shit.
multi-hour.
You motherfuckers
wrestling
deserve
breaking
two
downs.
2-hour long episodes, and you got them.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
you're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That's right. So yeah,
All right,
that's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We are
Joe.
Mike.
I am Cody, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.